Today, we are going to talk about why bad English is okay. Think about this for a moment. Why do you want to speak English? You want to meet new people. You want to make friends. In the end, the real goal of English is connection. Now here is a surprising question. What if making more mistakes in English could actually help you connect better? It may sound strange, but Brown's book, Daring Greatly, helps us understand why this can be true. Brené Brown is an American researcher. For over 20 years, she has studied human connection. In this video, you will learn what vulnerability means. By the end of this video, you may feel more ready to speak. You may also understand what matters more than perfect English. Chapter 1. What is vulnerability? Here is a surprising fact. Sometimes, the things that make us feel weak can also make us strong. Think about your English learning. You want to speak, but something stops you. Your heart beats fast. You think, what if I make a mistake? What if people laugh? That open and unsafe feeling is what Brown calls vulnerability. Vulnerability means showing your true self. Many people think vulnerability is weakness, but Brown found something very different. She asked an important question. Who feels the most joy and connection in life? Her answer was surprising. The happiest people were often the most vulnerable. They did not hide their feelings. They did not try to look perfect. They showed their real selves, and people responded warmly to them. Now think about two kinds of English learners. The first kind waits until their English is perfect. They study alone. They do not speak in front of other people. They feel safe, but they do not grow much, and they do not build new connections. The second kind speaks now. Their English is not perfect. They make grammar mistakes. Sometimes they say words the wrong way, but they smile and they keep trying. People around them feel relaxed and close to them. They want to keep talking with this person. So who grows faster? Who makes more friends? Almost always, it is the second kind. That is the power of vulnerability. You do not need perfect English to connect with people. You need the courage to speak. So the lesson is clear. Vulnerability is not weakness. It is the starting point of real connection. Brown studied vulnerability at the University of Houston. For more than 20 years, she interviewed thousands of people. She asked them about joy, feeling part of a group, and connection. She found that people who accept vulnerability feel more joy. They also build deeper relationships. Now you know what vulnerability is. But there is something inside all of us that makes vulnerability very hard. It is quiet, but very powerful. In the next chapter, we will look at that feeling and learn how to face it. Chapter 2. The Silent Enemy. Shame. Have you ever spoken English and felt terrible afterward? Maybe you used the wrong word. Maybe people looked confused. Maybe you thought, I am so stupid. That feeling has a name. Brown calls it shame. Shame is different from guilt. Guilt says, I did something bad. Shame says, I am bad. This difference is very important. Guilt can help you grow and improve. But shame makes you want to hide. It makes you feel that you are not good enough for love and connection. Brown says shame is the strongest social emotion. When we feel shame, we often stop trying. We become quiet. We stop showing ourselves. Think about English learners in Japan. Many have studied for years. Their grammar is good. They know a lot of words, but they still feel afraid to speak. Why? Because they fear shame. They think, if I make a mistake, people will judge me. So they stay silent. And this does not happen only in Japan. It happens all over the world. But here is the good news. Shame has a very powerful enemy. Brown calls it empathy. Empathy means truly understanding another person's feelings. In a simple way, it says, I understand. Me too. When someone shows empathy, shame begins to lose its power. Brown explains it like this. Shame grows in silence. Empathy brings light. And shame cannot live in that light. Brown interviewed thousands of people about their most painful experiences. One woman failed an important language test. She felt like a complete failure. She did not want to tell anyone. Then a friend said, I failed many times too. You are not alone. At that moment, the shame became weaker. The woman no longer felt broken. She felt connected. That is the power of me too. When we share our stories, we break shame. And we help each other become brave. Brown also found that shame is closely connected to addiction, depression, and angry or violent behavior. People with strong shame resilience often have deeper connections and more courage. Shame resilience means the ability to recover from shame. So now you know more about shame. But most of us do not face shame directly. Instead, we build walls to protect ourselves. Brown calls these walls armor. Understanding your armor is very important. Because when you can see your armor clearly, you can choose to take it off. And when that happens, real joy and real connection become possible. In the next chapter, we will look at 3 kinds of armor. You may find that each one feels familiar. Chapter 3. The Armor We Wear. Here is another surprising truth. The habits we use to feel safe can make our lives smaller. When we feel vulnerable, we try to protect ourselves. Think about speaking English to a stranger, or sharing your idea in front of your boss. In moments like these, we often put on armor. Armor means the habits we use to hide our true selves from other people. Brown talks about several kinds of armor in her book. Let us look at 3 of them. The first is called foreboding joy. Imagine this. Your English presentation goes very well. Your teacher says you did a great job. But instead of feeling happy, you start to worry. You think this is too good. Something bad will happen soon. So you cannot fully enjoy the moment. That is foreboding joy. It is the fear of happiness. The second type is perfectionism. Many people think perfectionism is a good thing. But Brown says it is a kind of armor. We use perfectionism to protect ourselves from shame. We think, if I do everything perfectly, no one can judge me. But this way of thinking keeps us small. It stops us from trying new things. It stops us from speaking up. Think about English learning. Many learners wait until they are ready to speak. But that day never comes. When you let go of perfectionism, something good happens. You try. You speak. You grow. The third type is numbing. When life feels too heavy, we look for escape. We watch TV for many hours. We scroll on our phones late at night. We stay busy all the time. These habits help us feel less for a short time, but they do not help us move forward. Here is an important point from Brown's research. When we use numbing for painful feelings, we also reduce our joyful feelings. We cannot choose to numb only the bad feelings. When we run away from pain, we also move away from joy. So the brave path is different. It is to feel our emotions fully and honestly. Brown's research shows that numbing is one of the most common responses to vulnerability. She found that we cannot control which feelings we numb. If we numb negative feelings, we also numb positive ones. Joy becomes weaker. Love becomes weaker. Even gratitude becomes weaker. So what happens when we take off the armor? Brown studied people who live that way. She gives them a special name. Their way of living may look simple, but in truth, it is very brave. We will take a look at those people in the next chapter. Chapter 4. Wholehearted Living. Now imagine your life without hiding your true self. What would change? Brown studied people who live with deep courage and joy. She calls them wholehearted people. Wholehearted means giving your whole heart to the way you live. It means being real even when that feels scary. These people are all similar in some important ways. First, they have the courage to be imperfect. They believe I am enough right now as I am. Brown calls this worthiness. Worthiness means believing that you deserve love and connection. Second, they practice kindness. They are kind to themselves first. They speak gently to themselves. They do not say, I am so stupid. Instead, they say, I tried. I can try again. Third, they build real connections. They let go of the person they think they should be, and they show who they really are. This is very important for English learners. A wholehearted English speaker does not wait to become perfect. She speaks today. She makes mistakes. She is not afraid to say, sorry, can you say that again? She learns from each conversation, and she connects with people. Brown's message is simple. The brave person tries even if they may fail. And that person is greater than the one who never tries at all. You do not have to win. You only have to show up. For you, the arena is every English conversation. Each time you speak, even with mistakes, you show your true self. Each mistake is proof that you are being brave. Wholehearted people did not wait until they felt confident. They acted first. Then confidence grew from that action. Conclusion. Be brave and speak. Today, we learned 4 key ideas from Daring Greatly. First, vulnerability is not weakness. It is the path to real connection. Second, shame makes us want to hide. But empathy and shared stories help us break free from it. Third, we use armor to protect ourselves. But when we let go of that armor, we open ourselves and we grow. Fourth, wholehearted people choose courage instead of safety. They choose to show their real, imperfect selves. Now think again about our catchphrase. Bad English is okay. This is not only about language. It is about courage. Every time you speak English, even with mistakes, you show your true self. You are daring greatly. And that is something you can be proud of. Thank you for watching until the very end. I want to grow this small channel together with all of you. If you have any ideas or suggestions, please leave a comment below. Even pressing the like button makes me very happy. And if you want to practice your English listening more, this channel has more videos for you. Please subscribe so you do not miss new ones. See you in the next video.